Welcome back, Infamously Speaking, episode 87. I looked it up. I checked the stats. 7 shows.
Yo, listen, most podcasts don't make it past 50. So,
And shout out to
Beat
if
the
you,
odds.
if you guys aren't watching, which is a surprise, you already know who that is because he's been a guest before. It's my brother Ricky, man. Happy to have him. We're gonna be talking about some shit. He got a list that we gotta go through, and we got some topics.
So before we jump into it, Riggy, for people who haven't listened to the show before, like Quan said, you're an infamous alum. Why don't you tell the audience a little bit about yourself, what you do, and what's your motivation? What keeps you going?
well, those that we do not know, I'm just a working guy, man. I'm just a regular guy, Air Force guy, you know. So usually away doing all types of stuff. So if I haven't been on the show much, it's probably because I'm away. Because usually when Quan invites me up, I'm like, well, I'm across the country, so I don't know how that's gonna work.
Yeah, I'm in Alaska.
Yeah, it should be crazy, but my motivation and what keeps me going is definitely probably the most cliche thing that anybody says, but I don't care if it's the truth. It's my kids, my wife. They keep me going. That's my motivation to just get better every day and continue striving and just be great. It's really what it is.
When he said Air Force, I thought he was gonna say Air Max. This is like Air Max King. This guy got every pair, so I thought that's where he was gonna go for something.
I'm not gonna lie. So the crazy thing is, man, weird. Right? So my foot grew like 2 shoe sizes out of nowhere.
It's starting already.
I'm serious, bro. My foot grew like 2 shoes. So I was so when I was wearing when I had all the Air Maxes, I was wearing like a size 9. I'm a 10.5.
Oh, that's crazy.
So I can't.
You gotta get rid of it.
That's sickening. That's sickening.
Sickening.
Yeah.
Bro, my heart was broken. I had like maybe like 40 pair of Air Maxes.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And that was just Air Maxes.
Damn.
Jordans I had to get rid of,
Yeah.
and all my other like good shit I had to get rid of. Like it was ridiculous, man. I was heartbroken.
That's when you pull up to the doctor that says you was done growing and beat the shit out of him.
Yo, well,
They lied.
I don't know if he's alive anymore.
Yo, that's funny.
Shout to him though.
I forgot to shout out to him.
That's crazy. Shout out to him. It's crazy.
We're here, man. Ricky's here.
Facts.
You want to hit him with an infamous intro, or do you want to do the list? What are you thinking?
I have a feeling that list he got is gonna be spicy. So I think we just jump right into it. No need to cliffhang it anymore. Let's kick it off.
So let's set this shit off. So I was scrolling one day and I seen this list that apparently women came up with of things that men cannot do or shouldn't do. And the one that kind of caught me was it says men should not have group chats. And it made me laugh because we are in fact in a group chat. And they kind of like explained why they didn't want men in group chats because I was confused and it was kind of like, oh well, because like why y'all gotta talk to each other that much? And I'm like,
that's crazy.
Because it's convenient to be in a group chat. I don't know, like
bitch, we're not talking about a triple double. Like I gotta talk to you. Talking about.
Like I can't like, hey, yo, babe, you see how much LeBron dropped last night? You're crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta talk to my boys. I got a bunch of friends, so I'm not gonna text them all individually. We're all in the same friend group, so I'm gonna just we all in one chat and just talk about that shit.
Like, do you think there's a bad perception that women have about men group chats with their friends that they would be like they can't have them?
So here's the funny thing, because some of them were saying like, "Oh, I've seen my man's group chat," and him and his friends talk about like how big their dicks were and all that stuff, and I was like, "Man, you have a different problem."
Well, yeah, that's a what the hell?
This actually man be in the group chat.
What?
I talk about something else. You got to talk about something else. You mean wow? I'm not talking about how big my man's theater is. That's wild.
Nah.
You leave the chat at that point.
Yeah, I'm out. Once this conversation comes up, I gotta be out, bro.
That's wild.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's why I said I was like, yo, maybe shorty, you gotta talk to me about something else.
I think
isn't it better that you know now, I guess, before you get too far down the road?
No, now what?
Saying like, isn't it better that she knows now? That
what he's into? Why he having conversations about that?
I thought he was referencing like Isn't it better you know now? The size of the comments is never That's crazy.
Oh, now that's crazy.
Oh,
You in that chat.
you gotta fit an AC in the window. Good luck, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't touching that tape measure.
Don't worry about.
Yeah, I'm all set. That's crazy. I mean, I think having a group chat with your boys is very healthy. That's a great way to just stay in contact. I tell my wife this all the time. All the time. For her, I always encourage her to get out. Like Quan knows she just went to San Francisco by herself in February. And I'm like, it's healthy for you to get out because she's a stay-at-home mom. So she's at home all the time. I'm like, sometimes you just gotta be able to get out, hang out with some friends, not worry about nothing. So and so it's good. Like it's good for us as men to also have conversations with our boys to just I love my wife, but I can't talk to my wife about everything because she doesn't give a shit.
Right, not everything.
You know what I mean?
Because like honestly, like nothing like we bounce ideas off each other too. Like
Bad.
if I'm thinking about something, I might not really have the immediate answer. I can hit the group chat like, yo. Or if I need to move and I need somebody to help, like hit the group chat.
Yeah.
Like 3, 4, I'll be able to help, whatever. Oh, somebody got a truck? Bet. All right, bet. You know what I'm saying? Like also like we pass information in there. So maybe we're normal. I don't know. I don't know about these other shows.
I feel like we're normal.
Nah, I'm too.
I feel like if you don't have one, that's abnormal.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah, at this point, that's wild. To not have one, I think that's weird.
That's a red flag. That just means like either A, you got no friends, or B, you try comparing dick size and got kicked out. See ya. Out of here. That is crazy.
So that was like one of the main ones that stuck out to me. Another one was like we're not supposed to sleep on our stomachs.
That shit's funny.
I need an explanation for this one.
That I can't tell you because at that point it was just like a list.
I think
Rapid fire.
the only thing I can assume is your ass up.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
Again, you gotta talk to your man about something completely different if you're worried about him with his ass up.
Yeah.
That's wild.
It almost is like what's that? When Ray had asked you about a question in the group chat, he was like, "It sounds like this shorty's insecure." Remember? Do you remember that? And he's giving him advice like, "Yo, just leave her alone now."
I don't remember the question, but I do remember having that conversation.
It's just like the insecurity.
Yeah. She said some crazy stuff.
Why? Because Ray sleeps on his stomach?
Nah.
I'm confused.
Well, knowing how you is wild.
I don't
want to know how none of y'all sleep. That's like all of that.
Yo, can you imagine that? Yo, you should do that. You should do that. You should do that. And after the episode, go on the chat and like, yo, how do you sleep?
That's just typing that out. So
shit, I sleep like
how you sleep.
Mask on, sleep out.
Nah, but according to women, we supposed to like sleep standing up or some shit.
Yeah, that's it. Wow.
Like
we vampire?
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know.
What
We all.
No, this is one of the list.
Nah, the list. It was that. Another good one that I just remember.
Here's one from Matt. I read it already. It said, you can't order Starbucks.
Oh yeah.
I don't order it. She orders it. And I just pull up. And then I pull up to the drive-thru and I'm like, I got a mobile order for Nona. And then they're mad confused when I pull up because I'm not Nona.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is, buddy. Like
what a second.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't appreciate it because like, what if I was Nona? You know what I mean?
Something that pissed me off was we're not supposed to go to brunch.
What?
What's wrong with brunch?
I'm like, what's up? Like, I can't eat, maybe. What's up?
That's what
What's up?
I like a mimosa. I like a mimosa.
You know what I'm saying?
Brunch is fire because I don't really eat breakfast.
Nah.
We're just going for the drinking.
Eat eggs and shit all the time.
Yeah. Eggs is like any time of the day type of meal. Yeah.
Like, is it you're not supposed to go to brunch with your friends, or you're not just supposed to go to brunch in general? Because like, what happens if she wants to go to brunch? So now it's a double standard.
But cater to women according to this list. Because this list is wild. Like I said, there's like 170 things on this list.
Let me see. There was a few.
I don't have the full list, but this is like some of them. If you swipe over, I just screenshot them.
How many of those 170 were like double standards?
I think that a lot of them were probably double standards. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, All right, so while Kwan's looking for one of his favorites, right? One of the other ones that I seen that was actually explained by a woman. Made no sense, obviously, but it was if you're so. All right, now I'm gonna ask you a question. If your wife was like, "Yo, baby, I need to go do my nails," and you ask, "Oh, okay, how much is it?" And she says, "Oh, it's like 150." How much money are you gonna give her?
How much money am I gonna give her? Well, she has a card, so she's just gonna go ahead and swipe it. But I'm hoping that it would be the 150 that she told me it was.
Hypothetically, so you probably give her the 150, right?
Right, the 150. Well,
So
first I'd ask if that includes a tip because you got to tip people.
so actually, we're not supposed to give them exactly what they asked for.
That's what it said.
That's what they were
How
saying.
many? How much more are we supposed to give them?
I don't know. That's the thing. There was no answer. It was just. It was like they were like literally going off. Like, why would you give me exactly what I just asked for? And I'm like, because you asked for it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
asked for it.
That's,
See, that shit don't make no sense.
It doesn't.
that's like the female. There was a female that got mad recently because they went somewhere and she was like, "Why would you take me here?" It wasn't the Cheesecake Factory. That's kind of old. It was something newer. He's like, "Oh no. He got texted like, yo, babe, here's $25 or $30 or something for lunch."
Oh, it was for lunch.
It's for lunch.
I guess it came out that it was like Valentine's Day or something, and he didn't give her like flowers or nothing. He just like sent her $30.
Oh, okay.
But
What if that's all you have?
that's what I'm saying. Like, you listen, you know who you're dealing with.
Yeah.
You chose to deal with him for this long.
Facts.
Why would you even bother putting?
If he broke, then you knew that.
Exactly. You knew he was broke. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being broke.
That is what it is.
He really broke his last 30.
That's a fact.
You know, like,
If anything, that's a green flag.
hell yeah,
He's willing to starve to make sure you
to make
get
sure you good.
some pretzel bites or something. Whatever.
You see, perception is crazy, right? Perception is crazy. Because we're all like, yeah, but then somebody else might be listening like, wow, what a cheap motherfucker.
But
Man,
nah, like
$30.
30. He's giving his last 30.
I know, I'm with you in that camp. I'm just saying that's how crazy perception is. There's people, I bet you there's people that were like,
Well, that's why I was.
how could you ever be with somebody like that?
Rick had to correct the information, but it would have been better if he didn't because it was more along the lines that it looked like she was tight that he only gave her that amount. For $30, you can get a decent lunch.
Yeah, you can get, bro, it's lunch.
Yeah.
Like, where are you going to eat? You ain't going to fucking Ruth's Chris for lunch. Like, go get a salad.
Yeah.
We don't, we don't talk about Ruth's Chris on this show, man.
Bad
Memories. Bad memories.
Shit himself.
You bypass that. All that is they have a card. Now, granted, I wouldn't recommend that if you're not in the trusting relationship. Like my wife has a card, so. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It just has her name on it, but it's.
You ask the hell like me, can I get lunch?
I know. Can I get some? Go out to eat. And she's like, "Oh, I got it," and then pulls my card. Like the whole
That's
thing.
funny.
Yeah, my wife be doing that. I'm like, you're hilarious.
It's so funny.
That's what I do with Scooby Doo.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I got your lunch, bro.
I got it, bro.
You know what? We'll get you lunch for next month.
Yeah.
What a good guy.
Yeah.
What else we got on that list?
Oh, yeah. Keep.
Here's a good one for you, which is riding a bike.
What about
City.
Do you think it's weird because then like they're riding with no seat? Do you think that's what it is?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I just think riding a bike to, I guess these women seems like it's a feminine thing to do, but it's like I don't even.
That's
see.
Crazy.
So like, were they not supposed to be invented then? Because definitely don't ride.
I was just looking at a bike. I think
that's crazy.
Thing to do.
I have one, but I let my son ride it right now because he outgrew his bike, so I actually got to buy him a new one. So number 18 and 19 on this list are kind of like.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that one too.
Number 18 is men are not supposed to cry.
Well, that's bullshit.
Okay, hold on, because number 19 is gonna get you. Because we're also not supposed to not.
All right. Fuck it. Nah. You gotta have emotion. Because then when you have emotions, you don't show no emotions. They be like, oh, you don't care. You don't care. Look at you. You're just a stone.
Definitely, Riggs list is a lose-lose situation.
I told you, I'm like, marriage is just really it's a test on how well you can handle L's.
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
I mean, think about it. That's what it is. Because you're always gonna hold the L regardless of what it is. Because even if you won, you lost.
Yeah, for sure.
You
Because
lost.
you can't even be happy that you won. Because once
Right.
oh, so now you happy? Yeah, you're right.
Right. That's exactly what it is.
You
So
mad?
what's the point?
So you mad? No, you're right. You right again?
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. But don't tell them they're right.
Exactly, because then you're being condescending.
Right. But like, oh, now you disagree with me to end the argument. You don't really mean that.
Yeah, I mean, I even tried to do something different. I'm like, all right, how can I not get yelled at? So I was like, all right, you got it. No,
Wrong.
You got
that's wrong.
That's
That's
even worse. I think that's in the same bucket as, well, you just relax.
yeah, no.
That's in that same bucket. I haven't tried the you got it, but I'm sure that would be met with rave reviews.
As your comrade, I'm going to tell you to
Just avoid
Just leave that one alone.
You guys literally just made anybody who was thinking about popping the question be like, you know what? I don't think this.
Nah, whoa.
Here's the funniest thing. I was about to say, I need Ori to join this chat ASAP because the two married men are talking about the actual marriage relationships, and it's like,
well, I don't think it's just marriage. I think it's just in the relationships in general.
I know, but you
In
just
general.
talking about your marriage, right? Okay. And to make a marriage work, I understand you got to take those L's that you got to talking about.
Yeah, 100%.
So I was like, yeah, this is getting out of hand. So I'm glad that you finally pulled it up. First time to break up that.
Look, this is a wild topic to start out with, man.
Oh nah, you should. If you was here earlier, bro, I'll fill you in real quick. I ain't being gonna get back into it.
Yeah.
So I found the list of things that men are not supposed to do, according to women. A few of them were number one. Oh, okay. I'll ask you this one because I think this is actually a funny question to ask you. Okay, if your girl asked you, hey babe, I need like 300 to go grocery shop. How much are you gonna give her?
How much you gonna give her? Give her 300.
Wrong. You're not supposed to do that.
What you mean?
You're not supposed to do that because then they get like, oh, why you only gave me 300? Oh yeah, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nah,
So
I don't get those responses, but I know a few people that go through that.
yeah, bro. But your reaction was the same reaction we all have. Like,
the same reaction.
told me what you needed. I gave you what you needed. It's not what you want. Like,
That's
what's
crazy.
about?
The list is
Like,
the list is 100. It's 170 things on this list. I mean, we just went through probably like 10, 15 of them.
And
Wow.
the last one was men are not supposed to cry, and men are supposed to cry.
So number 18 on the list is men are not supposed to cry. Then number 19 is you're not supposed to not cry. So I'm like,
So you can't have emotion.
what am I supposed to do?
You just out here too.
Like, yeah, you just take that out.
This one though probably was the one that Rick brought up first, which is the group chat. Like, we're not supposed to have
We're not supposed to have group chats.
yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, so that's what I said. I was like, well, I guess we're wrong because we're in a group chat. So
Been in a group chat since like 08.
yeah. Right. Yeah.
Group chat necessary.
Yo, remember? I think we started the chat on Chat On.
Nah, bro, it was before that.
Orange chat.
Now when we had them phones, Blackberries.
Oh yeah, BBM.
Yo, that was lit. Only people with the Blackberries was the ones that was in the chat, right? Because we had the codes.
There's no such thing as a green bubble out here. Blackberry, bro.
Shit, real.
Wow.
BlackBerry is serious.
Wait, what a year,
Yes.
huh? Oh wait.
I was,
God.
Oh,
I think I
Is
was
that-
learning how to add that in 08 or some shit like that. Maybe. Yeah.
that's wild. That's wild work. Then so you don't even remember when the Yankees won the World Series? That's crazy.
No, I'm lying. I was like 12, 13 when the Yankees won the World Series. So we good. Slow learner. That's all it is.
I feel like I'm a player and Rick's like my agent. I'm about to go into the draft.
Now you just got drafted. And there's a post-draft interview. You already got the hat on.
Yo, nah, it do look like that. I ain't gonna lie. Juan looks like he's excited to be a Skins.
Meeting in the right situation, really. They didn't want him to go to a team that wasn't benefit him, and I think that the Commanders is the best fit for him.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah,
Even though they got a Super Bowl champions in that division,
yeah.
the division's still weak with the Cowboys and the Giants, so we got a chance.
Don't talk about the Giants like that.
See that? Now
No.
we transition.
No, wait, perfect segue. Let's
Yeah.
talk about the Commanders, right? So super random, not really super random, but did y'all see when Jay and Daniel was at the game?
Oh,
with Juju?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, his mom swooped in quick.
Wild happy.
Yeah.
He was wild happy. He's talking to Juju. They kiki and they laughing and shit. And like 2 seconds later, his mom's sat right in the center.
Sat right in the
Broke
middle.
all that shit up. She was like
All that shit up. All of it.
pointing at the camera and shit. She was heated. I ain't know.
There's an interview of her saying, they asked her, like, what's the thing you worry about most with your son? She was like, girls. She's like, I don't make sure nothing happens.
That's
so.
I mean, not for nothing.
He a grown ass man though.
That's
Yes,
true.
but you know what? So there's a crazy story that kind of ties into that, right? There was a soccer player who was divorcing his wife, and the wife was like, "Yo, I want half." And funny thing is, all his money was in his mom's name.
Yeah, he didn't have shit.
Nothing. He ain't have nothing. He put everything in his mom's name to save him from situations like that. His mom told him, "You're gonna put everything in my name. You obviously have access to everything, but it's gonna be in my name. In the case that she tries to leave and she tries to take half." So I thought that was actually pretty smart.
She must have been hurt.
Moms looked out crazy.
Yo, my mom, I'd be the opposite. I'd have to put it in shorties in so my mom don't think I have
Yeah.
My mom will be the opposite too, bro. She'll probably be encouraging the girl, like, "Oh, yo, sit down, talk to him. Take his bread. He can't be lonely like that."
My mom's a holder. I know my mom's a holder. My mom's a player.
Yeah.
My mom's
Yeah, I feel like my
I
mom
feel like
would
I
too.
feel like your mom will be sneaky. 'Cause she'll be like, yeah, she'll be like plotting, and then she'll tell you on the side, like, "Yo,
my mom would
watch
probably
out, bro. Be careful."
my mom would definitely. My mom wouldn't keep money from me. My mom would hold my money and then give it to me one time.
I'm not talking about your mom taking your bread. I'm talking about defending you with the shorty.
Oh, yeah, no. My mom don't play that.
Yeah.
My mom don't play none of the games. The funny thing is, actually, my mom agrees with my wife a lot more than she agrees with me. So I don't really.
She's just looking to stay cool though.
Yeah.
She's trying to keep it cool.
That could be it.
Now that Ori pointed that out, my mom probably would be like, yo, you should do that and split the money.
She's scheming.
What?
Fucking
I don't know.
But yeah, so we. What else do we have on our list? Anything else that you want to bring up for Ori, or you just joining?
Not really.
We could segue a little bit into the sports and go back and forth. But we got 2 Giants fans on here. How do you guys feel? They look a little sad, right?
We went straight into the Giants thing, huh?
As
about this acquisition of us.
they ask why we drink.
Y'all got 2 acquisitions. Actually, we're not gonna bypass the other acquisition.
Yeah, you can bring that up.
We're not gonna bypass the second.
Yeah.
Do it. Do a new slogan. Yo, that's crazy. This guy sucks W's, and the other one, let's ride. That's crazy.
I was excited about that.
Mr. E,
No, for real.
That's the truth. You a true Giants fan.
No, I was. You know why? I'll tell you straight up why I was excited for Jameis. Because I was all right. One of 2 things were gonna be true. They were gonna draft Shador, let him sit behind Jameis. And the good thing is the Giants will be exciting with Jameis because Neighbors is a savage. Theo Johnson's only developing. Wan'Dale Robinson's gonna get better. We'll fucking suck. So it'll be exciting to watch. We'll be bad, and then it's easy. It's easy to make the transition from Jameis to Shador, or if we don't even draft Shador, then we'll be back at the top of the draft next year where the quarterback class is supposed to be deeper. So I didn't mind Jameis, but at least I wouldn't be watching Drew Lock or Tommy DeVito play 16, 17 games.
So what I meant when I said deliver the ball to who is because Jameis Winston is notorious for being an even keel quarterback, meaning
We're used to that. We had Eli Manning. No disrespect to Eli. We had Eli. He was like that.
He's going to throw you 40 picks, too. Well,
He'd throw you 50 touchdowns.
Eli was like that.
Eli was also like that. He was a very even quarterback.
He won 2 chips.
Yeah, apology, because he said Eli was the first out. My friend over said that.
Who said that?
You said that.
You said
pull up your receipt.
It's in that forbidden group chat.
We're not allowed to be in
group chat. In the group chat, so I'm going to the receipts. Sorry.
But now y'all following all the rules.
Yeah, no,
so, what do you think that means for the Giants for the draft?
It gets interesting now. This is where everybody's puzzled and nobody really knows what the hell's going on.
What do you want?
They're talking about possibly trading up, possibly trading down.
So if you guys were to trade up, who do you think that you guys would trade up for? You guys, like, what do you guys lack, in your opinion?
Quarterback.
Besides the quarterback. I mean, apparently y'all addressed it.
We didn't address it.
Y'all brought in 2 vets.
The can down the road.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, we like a lot of things. Corner, I think is a big. We should upgrade corner, hands down.
You guys did a good quarterback last year, though, didn't you?
Huh?
Drew Phillips.
Drew Phillips, he plays nickel, but yeah, he ain't like that shut down corner type. You know what I mean?
We just had a guy from the Saints, though.
He played good. He played good.
We just got the guy from the Saints, Paulson Adebo.
Yeah,
he played very well.
Yeah, he's decent. But with him and Drew, with Andrew, it might work out. But still, I just feel like our defense ain't like super solid. Our line didn't show up the way we thought it was gonna show up last year. So you never know. Even that top lineman, what's his name again? Is it
Andrew
Carter?
Thomas. Oh, this year.
This year, yeah. I mean that could be a possibility as well.
Yeah. And I think
we don't know what route we're gonna take. To be honest, now everybody's kind of like stuck.
In a perfect world, what would you want to address first outside of the quarterback?
Why outside?
In a perfect world, right now with our situation with Russell and Winston.
Yeah, y'all ain't dropping. Let's stop talking.
That's not a long-term fix, though.
I know, but we have to stop talking like fans and start talking realistic. The Giants are not drafting a quarterback.
Yeah, the Giants are dumb enough that they might do it.
They're not doing it. So
here's what I would say. It depends on what happens 1-2. Because it seems like Tennessee's locked in on Cam Ward. That's what all the reports are, right? That they love Cam Ward. That's their guy. They're not gonna draft Carter. So then it really goes, what does Cleveland do at 2? Do they want to address their quarterback situation in this year's draft? Are they sold on Shador, or do they want to go with the surefire pick of Abdul Carter?
The issue with Shador is a lot of teams are off him. A lot of teams aren't really they like. Apparently,
I like him better than Cam.
But me too. But the reports are out there saying that his stock has dropped.
Why you like it better than Cam, y'all?
Why do I like him better than Cam?
Yeah.
I like the makeup. You got to think about it. He's been on the spotlight, especially for New York. He's been in the spotlight his entire life being Deion's son. Then he goes to a HBCU, helps bring that program to relevance. They win a chip. Goes to Colorado and gets humbled, gets the shit beat out of him. Then they come back. He gets them to their first bowl game in who knows how long. They're ranked. I love that makeup. That's what you want. That's what you want from a quarterback in New York. Someone who knows how to deal with this, to deal with failure, and someone who knows how to deal with media attention and pressure.
Okay. I respect that.
Honestly, you guys really need Shador to me, because you guys need a resilient quarterback, because the Giants have been in shambles for a few years now. Where it's yeah. I mean, I can, as a former Jet fan, I can say that.
A former Jet fan. What happened?
Listen, all right, we can get into that after.
Aaron Rodgers.
We ain't talking about that. So anyway, you guys have been in shambles for mad long, and y'all need somebody who's gonna bring that it factor to the team. And I think Shador will be that for you guys. But from my view, you guys bringing in 2 veterans at this moment right now, right before the draft, that says a lot to me.
I agree.
To me, that says we're not gonna jump into the draft and grab a quarterback. Maybe they'll grab one down the line, but to me that doesn't scream we want Shador. That's
I
not the
agree. I agree with that.
sign to say like, yo, we're sold on. You know what I mean?
I agree.
I personally want a quarterback. Although we got 2 quarterbacks just now, and we gave DeVito some money. I think we gave him like $2 million to stay, which means
Wow.
So if
he's gonna be making 2-3 million in the practice squad if we draft another quarterback. But
he's probably gonna be the third because not for nothing, as much as
Ori believes they might still draft Shador. I think that's what he believes.
I want to believe that.
I
But
would
the way
hate
it's
it.
playing out, to be honest, I feel like the GMs is just trying to save their jobs now. So they're gonna pretty much, I think, and this is my feel. I feel like they're gonna try to build everything around what we built last year and keep the quarterback spot open. So that way next year it's gonna be like a fully loaded team, and all they gotta do is just fill that quarterback spot.
tank for
We're not going to be bad enough.
I don't think you guys will be bad enough to get Archie Manning either.
We're not going to be bad enough. The Giants got a lot of talent.
But now, how many teams like need quarterback in the NFL right now?
Well, that's the thing. They're saying
It's because they're saying that if we skip on Shador, he
he's
might go in the
sliding,
second round.
listen,
or
No.
Pittsburgh will pick him up. Pittsburgh.
There's no way.
I'm willing to put money that Shador drops in second.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's recorded. It's live.
That's crazy. Because if I'm the Giants, say I kind of like Shador, right? But 3, because you're right. After 3, there's a bunch of teams that don't need quarterback. That their quarterback is
lot.
hurt, or they got young quarterbacks. For example, Patriots at 4, they don't need a quarterback.
I already know who we're picking now. We're picking that Black House offensive lineman.
No, there's no. It depends what happens at 3.
But I know
That's what depends.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm waiting
The
for
Giants might not stay there. That's what I don't think that if the Giants are smart, what you try to do, number one, you got to see what Cleveland does.
Patriots to trade up is what should happen.
They should be aggressive and trading up.
It should
They
trade up.
should be. All you got to do is trade up to 3, because you're either gonna get Carter or Hunter, because Tennessee's taking Ward. So you only got to flip. So if you're the Giants, flip spots with the Patriots, get like a third or something like that in return.
I just get an extra pick.
Get an extra pick later in the draft. You can either pick the lineman, or if you want Shador, just keep trading back. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't
If
know,
you really
so
want a quarterback.
it says the top 4 is gonna go Cam, Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, and then we're gonna get the lineman. And I think that's gonna. And what tells me that is think about what happened right after you guys signed a quarterback.
Diggs.
We signed Diggs, which is a receiver, which technically could have been Travis Hunter, right? So you would have easily had. They're like, okay, I'm thinking this is what my thought process is. All right, Giants just took a quarterback off the free agency, so they're probably not going to draft it. They're going to probably take Travis, which would have been our receiver. But because that happened, now we got to go and pay this guy stupid amount of money because we need a number 1 receiver. So that's my thought process behind it. Because it happened literally right after that happened.
Literally right after.
Yo, having Travis and Neighbors is fucking.
That would be crazy, because he could play corner too. I wouldn't hate it. The Giants are in a good spot. And then if the Browns end up taking Shador, the Giants are in a really good spot. Because it's like, we pick who we want. You get Carter or... Well, that's what the Patriots want. That's what the Patriots want, 2 quarterbacks to go in the top 3, because then they're guaranteed Carter or Hunter.
What Dion said. He said, there's teams I'm not letting these 2 go to. And I feel like the Browns is one of those teams. Yeah, I don't think that Dion's gonna let Shador go.
Yeah, but he corrected that. He said he said he ain't got no say what his son's future is.
Yeah. Like that. I mean, if that's the case, then maybe he does go on the first. But I was going based off that, because if there's teams
I had some inside information for that 20.
Schemed him out of 20.
My mindset was like I said, there's nobody who really needs a quarterback like that. Like
the Jets,
I wouldn't know.
Now they're running with Justin Fields.
The
Raiders? Well, they got Geno now.
No, yeah, they got Geno.
No, they didn't go with Geno.
Yeah.
And Aaron Rodgers is still looking for a job, so he's gonna get picked up.
Leave him alone. Leave him alone. If you're Pittsburgh, play Mason Rudolph.
Pittsburgh's quarterback.
Mason Rudolph. They got him back from Tennessee.
So, no, they need a quarterback, bro.
He might be better than Aaron. So let me just run the order to you guys. Right after the Giants, it goes New England. They don't need a quarterback. Jacksonville, they don't need a quarterback. Raiders, they just got Geno. The Jets, they just paid Fields 2 for $40. The Panthers, they got Bryce. I doubt it.
Panthers got Bryce. Yep, continue.
The Saints potentially, but they're still paying Carr big money.
Nah, like Jackson Dart.
Who?
The Saints.
The Saints? I'm not taking Jackson Dart.
Oh, he's from Ole Miss, so he's in that area.
Yeah, but at 9 is crazy.
I'm not taking him at 9.
That information, I'm trying to tell y'all. Okay.
Listen, the Niners, they got Purdy. Cowboys, they got Dak.
Yo, Quan, you want to bet?
What do we bet?
You want to bet Jackson Dart don't go top 15?
Nah, first round. I'll bet first round.
That he's going?
Jackson Dart? Well, let me listen to the rest of
that insider information ain't looking
top
so
15.
good.
Fuck.
All right, so Bears at 10. They got Caleb. Niners 11, Purdy. Cowboys 12, they got Dak. Dolphins are 13, Tua. Colts, Anthony Richardson, and they just brought in another vet, didn't they? To compete with Richardson? Daniel Jones. He's terrible. Falcons got Penix and Technic. They still got Kirk Cousins. Cardinals got Kyler. 17, the Bengals got Burrow. 18, Seahawks just on Darnold. 19, Bucks got Baker. 20, Broncos got Bo Nix. So really it's 21 with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then after that, it's the Chargers, Packers, Vikings, Texans, Rams, Ravens, Lions, Commanders, Bills, Chiefs, Eagles. It's really
everybody's locked in, bro.
It's the Steelers.
first round.
It's the Steelers.
And Aaron Rodgers might just go there. Who knows?
Go where? Steelers?
Even if I'm the Steelers, even if he goes there, I'm still drafting a quarterback. Still drafting a quarterback. Oh yeah.
I don't know if 2 quarterbacks come off the board in the first. I say maybe the way it's looking, maybe.
Well, the Niners could be somebody who drafted a quarterback if they're like, we're not going to pay Purdy.
Yeah,
Niners could definitely be somebody who drafted a quarterback. %.
That's why
Shedeur at 11 would be crazy.
Nah, Shedeur at 11.
West Coast offense.
Yeah, that would be wild.
Wow.
Why
I don't know.
Yeah.
Why what? Why wouldn't they re-sign Purdy? Is that what you're gonna say?
No, I wasn't gonna say that.
Oh, okay.
The 49ers are doing what they have to do now because they had all that success with Purdy's because of Purdy's contract.
Right, he's cheap.
Yeah, that's why I see the thing
last year.
Could trade their pick for Parsons because Dallas could try and get Carter. But why would we do that if
you have to pay him
Parsons and at a cheaper price?
You'd have to pay him. Right, you'd have to pay him. So there's a real chance that the Giants don't go quarterback 3. The next quarterback we see taken wouldn't be until Pittsburgh at 21 or in the second round.
The Saints, do you feel the Saints are comfortable with who they have?
Carr? Available.
Carr in the middle of the season. Huh?
I think it depends on who's available. But do you think it would have to be Shedeur unless there's that confident in Dart. Dart's a second round talent. So you gonna reach?
Should
they don't feel that way.
I think Shedeur will be the second quarterback to come off the board. The issue is all them teams that we just mentioned don't need a quarterback. And I feel like for Pittsburgh, they're going to look for more of a veteran presence before they go for a rookie to take over.
Pittsburgh thinks they have some kind of window. They have no window.
Pittsburgh had a rookie that was really like that was freaking Ben Roethlisberger.
Oh, that's a fact. And they've been reeling ever since he retired.
Exactly. Well, since then, they really haven't had any success.
A vet is going to keep you in the same place they've been winning season out in the first round. That's what bringing Aaron Rodgers is going to give you. Winning season out in the first round.
Wilson.
8-8.
Or Russell Wilson.
8-8.
I don't know. We talked about it last night. You think the Giants will get 7 wins this year?
No.
Hell no.
How many wins you guys got this year? 4?
3.
No, we won 3.
3. Yeah.
Yeah. Now we had a good draft. We had a decent.
We did have a good draft.
We had a good draft, and I feel like if we have another one, we can build something, bro. Definitely could build something.
How many times do y'all think y'all beat your division?
0.
Obviously, you play everybody twice. How many times do you think?
Zero.
Nah, we got a chance with Dallas. Dallas.
No, we don't have a chance with Dallas. Dallas always watches us. They always watch us.
It depends how we draft. I feel like we could.
All right.
They lost their shit, bro. They don't got it like that no more.
Even when they don't have it, they always watch. Washington is the only team that we got success against, usually.
Yeah, but they scary now.
That's what I'm saying. Washington was our only chance.
When the schedules come,
They're already out.
They
oh,
are.
they are.
Oh, let's take a look. Oh, let's call these L's. Let's see.
We already know the opponents.
That's it, right? That's it.
Exactly. I said L's. I didn't say losses. I said L's.
Oh, maybe it didn't come out yet. I thought all their opponents. It definitely came
What is
out.
the
Hold on.
what's draft day?
April 27th, I believe.
I was about to say it's coming up. Yeah, next month.
Sorry, 24th.
I shouldn't though, because I know what's gonna happen. A fucking win cost us, bro.
Big time. Nah, yeah, no, the opponents are. It's just we don't know when they play them. So the
Okay.
Giants, they play obviously their division, and then they at home they got Green Bay. That's an L. Minnesota. That's an L. Kansas City. That's an L. The Chargers. That's an L.
That's a toss up.
Nah, Chargers.
Nah. And then the Niners, who potentially could be a toss up, but we probably lose that game.
Chargers.
And then the away games, division opponents, and then the Bears, who should be better. The Broncos, the Lions, the Raiders, which could be a toss up. The Saints, and then the Patriots.
Yeah, we got like 5.
Yeah, we're not winning 7 games.
You know how much I was in a away game, but does it say the date on those games yet?
No, the actual week 1 through 17 schedule, 18 schedule hasn't been released. It's just opponents.
I was getting lit.
The Niners
Which one?
game?
Battle for the top 3 pick.
That's gonna be a snooze fest.
Oh, you said Patriots Giant? We could. Nah, Patriots. Yo, you better chill. Patriots might be nice this year.
We need some help. I'm glad we didn't attack too much on the wide receiver end. I'm not happy with the Diggs thing, but it is what it is.
Well,
Do you see the contract? Only like half of it's guaranteed,
26 mil is guaranteed.
which is a good deal, to be honest with you.
That's terrible.
Who defended
That
it?
was bad too.
Nah,
I
you
didn't
ain't
say
hear me
that was
defend
good.
it.
With Danny Long.
Yeah, y'all also got rid of Saquon.
You never heard me. You never heard me defend the Daniel Jones signing, ever. And the only listen,
I never
the only,
defended it, but I did say that they actually gave him a good contract because of the 2-year term where we could get rid of him and shit. So that's the only thing I was happy about. But it was a lot of money. I agree.
But what about the Saquon deal? That was bad, guys.
the Saquon. Listen, it's really bad for 2 reasons. One, because he won the Super Bowl. 2, because he did it with the Eagles.
Yeah.
If he would have won anywhere else, we'd have been like, all right, good for him. Because he went to Philly.
Nah, but
Listen, you want me to say? Like Soda went to the Mets. If Soda would have went somewhere else, we wouldn't have been tight. But he went to the Mets, right? Oh no, Boston. We ain't worried about Boston. We ain't worried about Boston.
Nah,
We ain't worried about Boston.
The hate is real with Boston, bro.
Yeah, but we ain't worried about Boston. Is what I'm saying. I'm not worried about Boston. The Eagles are
I'm
actually
worried
good.
about the Mets. They're on the other side.
So if you're the GM, let me ask you this last question. We'll leave this topic alone. If you're the GM, Ori, who are you selecting with the 3rd pick?
With the 3rd pick, the Giants select Travis Hunter.
What about
you? If I'm the GM, 3rd pick, I'm picking Shador Sanders.
I respect it. You gotta think too. I think this puts a little pressure on the GMs. The rookie success from last year and the year before.
Unprecedented.
Yeah. So, if like, my guy Jaden Daniels over there literally changed that franchise in 1 season. And the season before, you got Stroud, right? So if you're following,
by the way, both those guys were the 2nd quarterback taken off the board. Wow. And I called them.
Wow.
They were both in the 1st quarterback off the board.
And I think if you look at the quarterback sitting a year or getting better in their 2nd year, it's encouraged, right? Obviously, Mahomes sat that 1 year behind Alex Smith, and then Bryce better in his 2nd year. So even if Shador sits, there's positives there.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'm like last year, I really studied OD. I studied all the rookie quarterbacks coming in, right? Because it was a big rookie class. And this Caleb was like top of the line, elite. untouchable at one. Jaden sketchy. They were like, he's okay. He got a lot of work to do at two,
I think it
and
was a
so
size
forth.
concern too.
Same thing to CJ.
And obviously, you've seen it on the field and who was more productive and who did their thing. I truly don't agree with none of these scouts no more. I just don't understand. I don't know how people are making up. Like, honestly, I'm gonna keep it real. Quan, you had a great the way you evaluated last year, and you was like, "Yo, he's gonna cook." And talking about Jaden Daniels, like that was big. You got him on every draft that you had, and he ended up actually cooking. And I was like, my
How'd
boy
that do
saw
for you?
something that a lot of people couldn't see. You
Well,
know,
How'd that work for you in the dynasty league though? How'd that work for you in the dynasty league?
Ricky says Shador Sanders
I
will
think
be
Quan tanked in the dynasty
He
league.
tanked. He tanked. He
Yeah,
sure
he tanked.
did. That
Sanders will
was
be a better quarterback than Cam. You heard it here first. He will be a better quarterback than Cam.
well. I think okay. I agree with you. I do, but
Well, I knew you.
I think situation matters too.
I was just
Like
about to say
This is
that.
true.
what if you were a potential or if you were one of the prospects going in, if you were Cam Shador, would you rather out of the top three, which team would you pick to go to?
The Giants.
The
You got fucking
Giants.
neighbors.
You got
Yeah.
neighbors. You
Who?
got Wandale.
Who
Tyrone Tracy at the backfield, nice.
Giants has that?
Westbrook.
Yeah.
Nah, they got Calvin Ridley, who cooked up last year.
Yeah,
Yo, I'm mad that we gave Slayton. I forgot
I
how
would have let
much
him walk. I would have let him walk.
yeah.
we gave him like 50 M's or something. No, we gave him like 40. And that's the same amount that we could have gave Barkley. He could have stayed.
Oh yeah. Oh, Barkley.
Yeah.
That's right.
I seen that article the other
Mm.
day. I was like, God damn.
Shit.
It's just the
I'm
running back market ain't there.
out. Like,
Running back market ain't there no more. But Saquon redefining that. He just got a bag this offseason.
Nah, but he's definitely redefining that for sure.
Really so. I mean, he best running back in the game right now.
He is. Got to give it to him. He definitely had a great squad to go along with it. But Derrick Henry did his thing this year. He did all right.
So I don't think that Saquon would have had the year that he had this year if he would have stayed on the Giants.
Oh no.
You can't compare that, bro.
No, that's the one thread that Giants fans can hold on to. It's like he's not going for 2K.
Not with the Giants.
No, he's not even close. Maybe 1,000, 1,200 behind the Giants O line.
I was about to say it has to do with the O line.
Nah, he'll definitely get 1K. But
Yeah.
He got 1,000 yards for sure, but to be like the leading running back,
nah, that ain't happening.
that was y'all.
Listen, him going to Philly was the best thing that could have ever happened for my dynasty team. Let's just throw that out there. Champion. I'm feeling great. I might not even play this year. I might just let it just auto draft and just leave the lineup in and see how it goes.
yo, I was hyped
I mean,
because I tanked, right? I was hyped because I tanked, and I looked. I traded my first round pick. I was out of first round pick. I tanked for this guy. Shit is terrible. So I think James got the first pick and the second pick. Or
Oh
the
my gosh.
Back to back.
Huh?
Back to back.
Back to back. He can get Cam and Shador.
That's okay. That's all right. Clearly, he didn't know what he was doing the first time, so we could bank on prior performance.
I got to reevaluate what's going on with my team.
I can't do fantasy until I go to therapy first. I got so much anger.
Yo, we're not gonna let you slide either. You went from being a Jets fan to a Bills fan, which is wild.
Nah, wait, yeah. Go back to that.
No, he's a Bills fan.
You a slime.
Here's what I said. So we'll go through the whole story because we got nothing else but time, right? So I've been a Jets. I was a Jets fan since 1990. Test the version. We'll start there, okay? And I rode
Struggle's real.
team
He
through everything. I rode
he
with them.
balled.
Now what?
Vinny balled.
Listen, I rode with this team through Mark Sanchez stage, through the Geno Smith stage, through the freaking
Mark Sanchez.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
bro.
Butt fumble.
And I rode for this team.
Butt fumble is wild.
So from being pissed off at the things that the Jets was doing, and they're not paying me. So a lot of
Wow.
my stress came from a team that's doing nothing for me but pissing me off.
If you just bet against the Jets, you pay.
No. So hear me out. And I did. I bet against the Jets. I've never bet with the Jets. Even I wasn't crazy. Listen, I'm a fan, but I'm also a realist.
Yeah.
That's what I enjoy about myself. I'm a fucking realist. I'm not just a fan. Okay. Woody Johnson is the worst owner.
That's a crazy name, bro.
First of all, pause. I apologize, fellas. I should have never said that like that.
Woody Johnson is great.
His name means dick. Pause. He is the absolute worst owner in the national football. Matter of fact, in sports.
Nah, not in sports. No way.
Worst owner in professional sports. I'm telling you, as a Jets former fan.
Listen, I watch the Jets every week. I've done it for my dad's a Jets fan.
Sorry.
Listen, every week I watch him.
Make sure you keep an eye on your pops because he's stressed.
Well, I mean, he drinks a lot, so no, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Look, you ever ask your dad, why you drink so much? Ask him. Go ahead.
No, but I asked him why he used to beat the shit out of me when I was a kid, and then he told me the Jets, and so I understand.
Once I stop messing with the Jets, stop screwing up my kids.
So wait, you didn't get to the point. You didn't get to the point. How you became a Bills fan then? How you selected a new team like that?
What I said was, if there's a team that I'm going to root for at the moment, until I decide where I'm going to kind of go with this fandom thing, it's going to be the Bills. And there's a reason behind it. One of my very good friends that passed away was a Bills fan. And me and him would argue all the time about the Jets and the Bills, obviously.
You said his friend was DeMar?
Guy's a savage, bro.
Anyway, we'll bring this all back around. What I said was, I will root for the Bills until I can figure out what team I actually want to root for. But I am no longer, I literally took all of my Jets memorabilia, gear, everything.
Yeah, man.
I put it all in black bags, and I took that shit to Goodwill. Everything. The cups, the hats, shirts, jerseys, sweaters, everything. I threw all that shit out.
It can't be that bad. It can't be that bad. Let me ask a question to you, Ori. Oh, go ahead.
So also, you gotta think about it, right? I also lived through the Brett Favre phase, where we were Brett Favre, bet. We was hyped. This is back when Miggy, shout out to Miggy, when he was a Jets fan too. And me and him was mad hyped because we got Brett Favre. We was like, oh, it's Brett Favre. And then we fucked that up.
That prepared you to be ready for the
No, he got hurt. He got hurt.
So he did, and then the Jets forced him to continue to play. Instead of allowing him to rest, we forced him to continue to play. Fast forward, they say, hey, we're going to get Aaron Rodgers. And I was like, wait a minute. Shit sounds super familiar, no? Oh, look. Everybody was excited. As soon as they said, yo, the Jets got Aaron Rodgers, I was in Cuba. And people hitting me, yo, Rick, y'all got Aaron Rodgers. I'm like, that's a bad pickup. They're like, no, what you talking about? It's Aaron Rodgers. I was like, he's going to fuck this up. Don't worry. Just wait. That's what happened on the first fucking drive.
That shit legendary.
Don't worry, y'all ain't got to talk about it because I watched.
Yo, Gino said that Aaron Rodgers instantly made you guys Super Bowl contenders. So,
terrible takes, huh?
What are we talking about? No, I seen a clip. It was like,
You said that on tape?
Nah, he didn't say it on not here.
He said that in the place that we're not supposed to.
Pull that up.
Yeah, you know what's funny is that Ricky had a good point. Like, our group chat consists 95% of us talking about who's better, LeBron or Jordan.
That's a fact.
And then the other 5% is you going around getting video footage of
No. It's 90% Jordan LeBron, 5% LEU giving us updates on what's going on with crime in the world. And then the other 5% is y'all bullshitting playing dominoes.
I don't agree.
That sounds healthy. That sounds like a healthy group chat.
Group chat. What you talking about?
I don't agree. You gotta add some Eagles and Giants talk in there. A lot of Yankee talk in there.
Gmo is
starting up tomorrow.
Not in the group chat.
Yes,
Do not get talked about.
Gmo probably came with that damn list.
Yo, bro, during the Yankee playoff run,
Gmo
come on now. It was 2 months straight. Now Gmo runs the group chat, and Gmo has a talent, bro. Like, he literally brought Another chat room. He brought a chat room to Instagram. Nobody's ever done that.
Yeah, I want to talk about in the chat.
Yo,
It's
this
also
guy's talented. He was like, I'm
Yeah,
doing a LeBron move on us. Just like, yo, I'm going from here to here.
He
They're like, yo,
wanna
I need a break from all group chats, but
it's crazy.
let me add y'all to Instagram.
shout out to G-Bus.
Yeah,
Shit, wow.
taking my talents to Instagram is crazy.
That's pretty much what happened too.
The
Nah, bro.
decision 2.0.
Shit, crazy.
That is crazy. So I want to, or I want to ask you a question because
What
Ricky
up?
was talking about how you like lived and died with the Jets. Okay. Do you feel a similar way about the Yankees?
no,
Yeah, I have to.
no, he don't.
What?
I know Gmo does.
He's not
I know
incredible.
Gmo does.
That is no, okay, I can't say that.
He's
That's
not.
the,
He's Boy would
Boy
never
will never
put
quit
on
on the
the
Yankees. Hell no. And
I would never what?
you'll never quit on the Yankees.
Oh, never.
And I'll never quit on the Yankees. Just like I'll never quit on the Celtics. The Jets can go.
Wait a minute, Celtics? Where did that come from?
My dad was a Celtic.
Oh, okay.
Like my
All
brother,
right.
He was.
my cousin's the same way.
I'm literally all New York teams except for basketball. Where I'm a Celtics fan. Because
That was a smart pick.
it was, wasn't it?
That was a smart pick. Back to back chips loading.
I saw a clip. I think he was talking
I thought it was
about.
fire.
Thought he was talking about number 23 and
Why?
praising Jordan a little bit, and that's all I saw. I didn't see much though. I didn't see the whole interview. I've been working on a bit.
I seen something after it, which I was telling Ricky about, but I think it was more about clickbait, which Stephen A. was like, when LeBron addressed him, if LeBron would have put
Yeah,
him,
he would have snuffed him.
yeah, he would have swung.
Stephen A.
Stop.
You think he's flopping? He's flopping? Yeah.
Oh, we got a Celtic fan talking about flopping.
Wow.
First of all,
I don't know what you're talking.
I don't. You my man. 100 grand. Let's
You know I
not
love you. You know I love you, bro.
do this.
Come on, bro.
I don't want it. Don't. You can't say Celtic. You can't even say that. I start with a C for the rest of the time you here. I got a chip, brother.
Yo, Marcus Smart, Paul Pierce were
Paul Pierce.
golly. They were gods at doing that. I just want to let you know that.
What happened?
I said they're god floppers, bro.
And
They're
guess what?
godly.
On the Celtics.
They're legends.
Next.
I don't think nobody did it quite like LeBron did it.
Nah, hell no. Hell no.
Are you
LeBron's like,
serious, bro?
what, like
I'm being dead serious.
bro, LeBron's like 265.
Yo, nobody's done it as long as he has. Said
Yeah, that's
nobody's been in
crazy.
the league as long as he has.
No, I'm just thinking about times of like people flopping that was egregious.
Bro,
Do you
people
no
retired in
hold
6
on.
years, bro.
It looked like he was acting like he was shot. That was crazy.
Now hold on. Do you think it's because there's such a microscope on him because there's
There's
this
He got
faction
mad haters.
of
He got
Jordan
mad
lovers?
haters, bro.
I'm just listen. You know where I stand. You know where I stand in this argument. Jordan's the GOAT. But we have this conversation. It's like because LeBron really is the only person that could be mentioned in the same conversation as Jordan because of his longevity and the stats that he has. That there's such a microscope on every quote unquote weakness of his game that there's these compilation videos of him flopping.
Bro, but
So
the fact that you can even make a compilation of you flopping means
he's
you
been playing 20 plus years though. Like
not too much.
Bro, I don't care.
Bro, and
They're egregious.
Crazy.
I'm not talking about like a flop like you're taking a charge and
Bro,
you fall down.
it be dudes my size
Yeah.
running into LeBron and LeBron's flying across the floor.
Yo, there's really
Holding
bad
his knee.
ones, bro. The last one against the Celtics, he gonna get hit in the face. He got an elbow.
there's a lot of Jordan lovers here. I can tell her. That's all right. That's no problem with that.
I watched a clip. It just happened to be about LeBron, but the guy who was breaking
Just so
up,
happened.
he even said, he's like, this has nothing to do with the player. It has nothing to do with that. Just look at the footwork. And it was showing LeBron's footwork when he traveled like 2 times in one possession. It just happened to be that it was LeBron.
Okay, so here.
And he even said, like, there's a lot of people with sloppy footwork.
A lot of people, because listen, I watched the whole compilation of it was like a 50-minute compilation of just people traveling with the ball, just going crazy. I'm like, yo,
That was wild. I seen
but
that.
that's when I made that comment in the group chat. I was like, yo, if I knew that I was able to travel, I would have been in the NBA too.
Well, yeah, it's different. No, it's different. It's different.
I still don't understand that step back.
That's, bro, that step back is
The step back.
that's a trap.
I don't understand that.
I don't care what nobody says. All y'all could go. They can go into all the regulations and books they want, bro. That's a travel.
I just seen the move the guy did. The guy did. He did a hezzy. He stepped back, picked up his dribble, pump fake, and then stepped to his right and shot the shot. I was like, I knew that was legal back in the day. I was practicing
Bro,
that. Bro.
The double dribbles, the travels. I'm like, bro, I was nice back in the day. If that's the case, I was nice, like dead nice, because bro, this is crazy.
So I want to get back to the interview piece because I don't want people to think that this is a LeBron slander podcast. Because we got people that tune in that love LeBron, and we want to make sure we keep that audience. So let's not hurt people's feelings.
No, have stuff in my top 3.
Please, let's not even have that.
Who got mad?
Or he got mad at me. He said that's the fucking stupidest list he ever heard of in his life.
So what it was, they asked for Quan's personal top 3, and Quan said Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and Steph Curry, and they lost their minds. Crazy. You would have thought that he said like freaking, I don't know, freaking KG, or he said something like something egregious. Well, KG is nice, so not even that. Like if he said like Thanasis was his fucking third pick or something, they went crazy.
Thanasis is crazy.
I was like, the funny thing is, I showed my wife the chat, and I was like, does this not look crazy to you? And even she was like, nah, they're wild. I was like, bro, it's Steph Curry.
Yeah.
You act like he said somebody crazy.
He's not top 3, but I mean, everybody has an opinion.
Yeah. Steph Curry's not a top 3?
No, he's not top 3.
So it's egregious to call Steph Curry a top 3 player to somebody, asking somebody right now. It'd be egregious to call him somebody's top 3?
No, I don't think it's egregious. I just don't think he's top 3, personally.
Who do you have?
I'm taking Bron, Jordan, and then probably Kareem, bro. Kareem's unstoppable. So
how many Kareem?
I mean, not even the greatest all-time Laker.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Kareem Brown.
Kareem Brown Academy.
Kareem cooked, but then at the same time he was abusing niggas in the 70s and 80s. So in a way, it's like, but that's not his fault. You know what I mean? Like he played the cards that was dealt to him. I mean, he cooked when he had to cook. It is what it is. It seemed like it was too easy. He was beasting. I watched videos. I was like, yo, this motherfucker looked unstoppable in the 70s, bro.
You know who stopped him? Wilt killed him.
Yeah.
Wilt killed him.
Wilt
Oh
Chamberlain?
hell yeah, killed him.
He dropped 100 one day. That shit's wild.
That doesn't surprise me. You pick Kareem. You know who's top 3 artists are?
Oh, don't fucking do it. Don't do it.
This is Ricky's son.
Nah, don't fucking guess.
I know J. Cole's up there. there.
I'm off this, bro. I'm off this shit, bro.
Right? Black Thought. He loves Black Thought.
I do love Black Thought. Fine.
Well.
I fucking knew he was gonna say that shit, bro.
Listen to
Every fucking time. Every time. He haven't heard me listen. No, it's Rakim. But he's never, ever heard me listen. No disrespect to Curtis Blow. Because he played a huge part in hip-hop history, but you've never, ever heard me listen to Curtis Blow.
Baseball walkout songs, he said he'd be playing that Broken Glass everywhere. I'm telling you guys.
That's crazy.
He's old school. I don't know.
Anyways, back to the LeBron interview. I wanted to call this piece out because it's relevant to what we talked about on the show like 4 or 5 episodes ago, because he was talking about how he received so much criticism in this era that everybody's on social media, right? Everything's so accessible to everybody. He was talking about he had one experience after he made the decision to go to Miami, and it was his first game back at Quicken Loans Arena, and he gets on the elevator, or he's getting off the elevator, and these guys on the shirt wearing some shit like "fuck LeBron" or whatever. and then they see him and like, oh no, no, LeBron, we're cool. Like we love what you've done for the city. We just, this is just the wave that everything's on. So we're just kind of following the trend or whatever. But he was talking about like how even though they're human, celebrities and big time profile people are expected to act differently. And that kind of struck a chord with me because it's like people who are held in high standard are expected to act differently, and we sometimes forget that they're human. You know what I mean? And it's like this is a guy. Forget the basketball shit, right? Like he hasn't really been in the news for anything negative.
Great.
A great guy, heard being a great father, all kinds of shit, but yeah, he gets all kinds of hate. So I'm curious. I know what Quan's opinion on it, just being a good person. We talked about it, throwing the receipt at somebody or not, right? But I feel like a lot of times, whenever we get into situations where we feel like people are testing our manhood, there's like an expectation that we boss up, right? But that might not always be the right thing to do. So I'm curious what your takes on that are. Like, how do you balance the, protecting your manhood, but while still doing the right thing in tough situations where maybe someone might be trying to test you?
Tough.
Well, I'll go first because I have to do it damn near every day when I'm military side. There's obviously there's leadership above me that they make the rules and the way that things run, and some of them are even younger than me, and it's like just the way that some of them relay the message to me because of where we're from, we would take it as disrespect, just the way that they say it. But I also have to remember, okay, this person did what they had to do to get to the position that they're in. So I have to always stop and think, like, all right, is it worth it for me to cuss this person out like I would do like if I was outside, or do I just pull this person aside and readdress the conversation and have them explain it to me in a way where I don't feel like they're coming at me? Because 99% of the times, it's always not what you said, but it's the way you said it. So once they're able to readdress the situation and they're able to say, okay, this is how I actually meant it, I take them at their word of, okay, this is how you actually meant it. I'm going to go with that. I can't go that other way because I'm not willing to risk everything to crash out. It's not worth it.
That's valid. So
Fact.
my follow up question to that thing is, what if it? Because you brought up the military side, right? But what if it's outside? Let's just say you was at a fucking gas station, and the guy's yelling at you to hurry up because he wants to get his gas.
I'm gonna go slow.
But is that it? You just gonna go? He's like, yo, hurry up, you fucker! Like, or just talking disrespectful.
So I can give you actually personal example. I was with my son in the car, and I was driving home, and somebody literally swerved right into my lane and caused me to swerve into the grass, almost crashing. Again, my son was in the car, so I could not crash out. I had to, as I was cursing, I was pissed because you almost did something to hurt my son. That's
Right.
all I had at first. That's the first thing that came to my mind. My son's in the car. You try to hurt my son, I have to get you. But then I also have to remember my son is in the car. I can't let him see me react that way because if he react that way, I would have to stop him from something and say, "Hey, you can't do that," and kind of guide him in the correct direction.
Yeah.
So instead of crashing out and just reacting, I had to calm myself, and I just talked to him. I just talked to my son about it. I was like, "Do you see what just happened there? You can't do things like that. You have to. You have to collect yourself and just let it happen." My thing is, I'm notorious for remembering license plates, so I remember dude's license plate, and he happened to live in my neighborhood.
Where is this going? Hold on. Where is this going? Where is this going? Family friendly program. Family friendly program.
I'm saying this because I'm not incriminating myself. Instead of, again, because I could have went, knocked on his door, punched him in his eye, and been like, "Bet that I feel better now because he almost did something to me. I gotta do something to him." But no. Instead, I literally, like, what I did, I stopped, I looked at the car, and I thought, is it worth me risking everything I have to crash out right now?
Yeah.
Is it? And the answer is always no. It's always going to be no.
Yeah.
I got kids I take care of. I gotta go to work. I got a job I gotta take. I have a security clearance. Anything that I do, I have to think about it can jeopardize it. I can't. I just can't do it anymore. So, and that honestly that comes with age, that comes with maturity, that comes from
the experiences.
Also, crashing out before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that
that's real.
Ori has been with me in situations where we've had to go left. You know what I mean? And we've had to learn from that. You know what I mean? We're almost 40 years old. What do we look like outside in the streets, just going crazy because somebody said something to you? You know what I mean? Like that to me is like,
I'm curious. I really am curious on Ori's perspective, only because I'm seeing Ori crash out, and like, that's just how he is. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just how he don't take disrespect in a certain degree.
Yeah, I've chilled out quite a bit, and it's like Rick said, it's about us just being adults, maturing, and really, I don't know, second guessing yourself. Like, yo, is this really worth it? Back in the days before me and Riggy, somebody grilled us wrong, and we were like, yo, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? We're already reacting a certain way. Like, it was that crazy. Yeah, this is wild, but we're on another phase now, so I feel like every situation is different though. Your situation, Riggy, with your son, I think you handled that very well. There's some dudes that wouldn't handle that very well because they don't want to show their son like that softness or like you let that rock, so they gonna show their son like what's really what they really about. And that's when that ego plays in. But you mature enough that you like, yo, this is an improvement. Not only did I learn from this, or like, I step back and kind of analyze the whole situation, but I want you to do that too, going forward and in the future.
Fire.
Yeah, man. I think it just comes with maturity, man, and time here, bro. Time on the land.
I still have that rage. Trust me, it still pops up, but I constantly have to remind myself.
Bro, I had that rage like not too long ago, bro. Like I remember one day we were playing dominoes, Quan, and I spazzed out on somebody a couple times.
Like not for nothing, I might have spazzed out like a couple days ago. I can't lie.
It's really about limiting it.
Yeah,
though, right?
it's just learning to control it, which is why I said, which is for me. Thank God I'm in therapy now, so I can go to my therapist and be like, "Listen, buddy, talk to me.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like I have to do these things? Explain to me what the human brain is taking in to say it's time to turn up.
So going back to LeBron and that whole interview, he was saying that like people were disrespecting him to a certain point. Like when does he have to react back to fans?
No, it's just more about like how he had to learn how to pretty much just eat it at that point and say, I got more to lose. I have more to lose than they ever will have ever. And
Yeah,
I
but
gotta I gotta be aware of that. Cause
yeah, I mean that's like millions and millions of people that are gonna be talking, or they analyze your whole life, at all times.
right,
You're
right.
the most famous basketball player right now playing the game, so you're gonna be people gonna talk shit. It comes with the role.
Right.
I don't
I
even
just
think I think like professionally he should not even think of doing something to some type of fan.
no, I don't think that's what it was. I think more of it's like there's a perception when you come from a rough neighborhood that your pride and your manhood is one of the two of the most important things that you got. When in all reality, that ends up being a lot of people's downfall because they protect that shit more than they protect their families or their relationships or their children because they're like you said about Riggy saying I'm not gonna let that shit rock because I need to let my kids know, my girl know, or the people that follow me that cool with me know that I ain't letting that shit slide because that's
Right.
disrespect. Instead of be like, you know what? Nah, I got way too much to lose to go ahead and chase after that.
You know what? Actually, that just made me think of something, right? So Ricky had his son in the car, which is part of the reason why he didn't do it. So the question would then be, all right, let's just say you had Ori in the car, or you had somebody in the car that you respect their opinion about you. You do you react the same?
Um,
It's just
honestly,
be honest.
so
About it.
I knowing myself now, and today, yes,
You would react the same,
I would still react the same
which is great.
because
That's major.
not only do I have a lot to lose, he has a lot to lose. You have a lot to lose. You know what I'm saying? Like
Wow.
Ori has kids. If that happens and Ori's in the car, right? And I say we're chasing him, we're pulling him out the car, we're beating him up. Now I got a charge. Now Ori has a charge. He's missing time with his kids. I'm missing time with my kids. I'm away from my wife. He's away from his girl. He's in real estate. You think somebody's gonna want to do any type of business with somebody who's in the paper for crashing out?
As a fact.
No, so I have to.
That's real shit.
I have to stop and think like, yo, I can't put Ori in jeopardy.
Yeah.
I also can't put Riggy in jeopardy.
Yeah.
I have to be the protector for everybody who's in this vehicle at that point. Even if the role was switched and it was Ori driving and Ori was like, nah, we chasing him. I'm gonna be like, yo, it ain't worth it. I know you pissed. It's not worth it. I have to.
You get out the car.
Yeah, let me out. Let me out, though. Let me out, though. Can't do it.
I respect that though, right? Because we talk about that often. Sometimes our friends, they don't necessarily see it that way, right? Because you could be caught up in the moment, or they don't realize that other people might have a lot to lose in that situation. Right. So for you to be mindful of Ori, if he was in there with you, was like, it's phenomenal.
I have to be, bro, because I can't tell I love you, you're my brother, and then allow him to do the wrong thing. Because that means, you know what I mean? That means I don't care about him. Yeah. For me, caring about friends means checking your friends when they're wrong.
Hell yeah.
That's major.
By the way, ladies, that came from the group chat. You gotta check your friends when they're wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to check your friends when they're wrong.
Group chat cooking.
You know what I'm saying? The group chat cooking. Chill out. That's why we in the group chat, boo. You heard?
Facts.
But that's a fact. But yo,
and you're setting an example for your son when he's not there.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I can be proud and go back to him and say,
exactly.
If he gets into a situation, I can always go back and say, look, this is what happened to me, and this is how I handle it.
Yeah.
So for him I need to be the mentor to him.
Exactly.
I always wanted for myself. Yeah. Not saying that my dad wasn't my mentor, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I have to be the example.
Yeah, you're leading by.
I have two boys that I have to bring up, two boys of color I have to bring up in this world to teach them, yo, listen, we don't play on the same playing field as everybody else.
Nope.
If something is looked at differently than if somebody else did something. You get what I'm saying? We can't be honestly, the only thing I gotta say here is, thank y'all for having me on. I definitely want to come back and we could definitely get into more conversation because there's a lot of other things that we can get to.
Absolutely.
But yeah, man, just thank y'all for having me on, and yeah,
I'll be back.
Listen, man, goal is that people getting paid off the podcast. You ain't got to worry about work. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So that's the goal.
Getting there. We getting there.
Ricky actually brought that shit up. Today, actually. That's why we were talking about getting on the podcast. Because like, yo, let's start doing this shit for real, getting some money out of it.
For real.
Actually, you know what's funny? Damn, or you should have sent that shit to Matt. So Ori has an ad on the radio that Ray
I seen it.
Oh, you heard? Did you hear it?
I seen it. Yeah, he put it on his Instagram. The story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Ori jumped on the pod just in time. You guys were about to go down a long road that I wasn't ready to talk about. So, anyways, what else?
What road? What road is that?
Your long road of fucking marital problems. Right before you got out, I was like, you guys are gonna turn everybody off and not want anybody to get married.
Nah, bro. Listen, man. As much as I joke about being married, it's honestly a blessing to know that you got somebody that you can wake up to and they accept you for who you are. That's why I always tell people, I'm like, who you love more, your wife or your kids? My wife, because my wife chose me. My kids didn't. My kids just got stuck with me.
Bars.
So my wife chose me. I love my kids with all my heart. But if my wife was drowning, my kids were drowning, fuck them kids. Michael Jordan mode. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
respect that.
that's it. My
That's
wife, my wife loved me before. I mean, you know what my wife might be. I was part time. I didn't really have nothing, and she accepted me for who I was and grew with me and supported me through a lot of shit. So, and then gave me 2 awesome kids. So, I mean, that's what it is.
You got to cut that and put that as the
baseball season starts when?
Tomorrow,
Wow.
opening day, Brewers at Yankees.
exciting days ahead of us.
I want to know how you feel. Oh, there's a lot of experts that got the Red Sox winning the AL East.
Yeah, and you say you're not worried about them. It's
No,
crazy.
I'm not. I'm not. I'm not worried.
Nah, they ain't winning that at least. Hell no. We winning that shit, bro.
That's a
That's our
fact.
shit. That's our shit
That's
to
ours
take.
to win, bro. Our defense is better. Offense might slip a little bit, but our defense is way better than what it was last year.
Defense and the relieving is out of control.
Control, bro.
The
Devin
lead,
Williams,
Devin
Weaver,
Weaver,
we
Loziaga
cooking.
coming back.
Listen,
We got some stars in there. We got Ian Hamilton. We got the lefty. What the hell's his name? I forgot. Supposed to bring
Tim
him in.
Hill, Tim
Tim
Hill.
Hill.
They just signed Yarborough too from the Blue Jays, who got that crazy release.
Oh yeah.
Pause.
It's the decent. Yo, we good, man. We good. We'll be all right.
You know
We're
what?
gonna win. We're gonna win. We're gonna win at least. I'm gonna
92,
say. I'm gonna say.
92,
Yeah,
93.
I was gonna say 90, 85, 90.
Oh, it's gonna take more than 85 to win the division, though.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was like. Damn, I gotta second guess myself.
Yeah, we need like nine. I think we need like 92, 93.
You just made me think of something because you talked about like the scrutiny LeBron gets,
Mm-hmm.
um, and the hate that supposedly Rick and I had. What's the difference between you guys showing and loving the video of Juan Soto missing that catch in right field for the Mets?
I don't love it. I couldn't give a shit.
I mean, either.
I don't. I
It's
don't
just
care.
it's
He ain't a
just
Yankee
funny
no
to
more.
it's funny to watch. It just makes a Yankee fan feel just a
It's
little tiny
coping,
bit.
bro. It's copium.
We get a nice little laugh out of it.
Listen, am I sick that we lost Juan Soto? 100%. That's a generational talent. The defense. His offense, his bat makes up for the defensive miscues that he makes, right? So am I sick that we lost him? Yeah. Am I sick that we lost him to the Mets? Absolutely. Absolutely. But at the end of the day, they're the Mets. So we're good.
And they always be the Mets.
They'll always be the Mets.
That's fair.
And listen, a Subway Series will be lit for the city. Period. Regardless of who wins.
And you know
You
what
kidding me?
you know what they're saying now is like the Mets will always be the Mets. But Soto said in 6 or 7 years I see the Mets being better than the Yankees. Or
You know,
they have a better like just outlook in the future. And I was just like, this dude is
what are
bugging.
you talking about? Crazy number. Also, you know who else they said that about? The Nets and the Knicks. And the Knicks were
That's true.
fucking garbage. The Knicks were garbage, bro. What's good now? Come on, man. Let's cut it out.
Fucked up when they gave up all those pieces for Paul Pierce and KG.
Well, that was one shot, and the second shot was Kyrie KD.
Kyrie KD was crazy too.
Now they have the
That Kyrie KD shit didn't work out either. So listen, man.
Quit Harden.
And Harden, but Harden want to be there. He wanted to be there for like 2 seconds.
He sucks.
He's trash. He's trash.
Basketball is a whole different game, man. That shit's nutty. How different it is. Two people will make a whole difference, man. It's like baseball is just everything has to kind of work together, bro. It's like a oil machine and shit.
That's a great call out. I don't think people realize that. But I also think that's why baseball isn't viewed as or isn't as enjoyable. Because in baseball, for example, if you have a star pitcher, you only see him every 5 days. Like Paul Skeens, a nasty generational pitcher for the Pirates. You only
Disgusting.
see him once every 5 days, right?
Yeah.
Where basketball, you might only see LeBron once every 5 days too, with all the low management. I mean, but typically you get to see stars in basketball every game. Football every week, you're seeing your favorite players play. Baseball, that might not be the case. A guy might get an off day because they're playing so many games, or if they're a pitcher, you see them once every 5. If they miss a start, now it's every 10. So I think that's part of it. You know what I mean? It's hard to be this unless you're Shohei Ohtani, like this massive athlete in the sport of baseball that everybody wants to watch. So that's part of it for sure.
But yeah, appreciate Ori pulling up.
Fact.
Thank you guys for the invite, man. You know,
Always.
it was a fun time. I had a good time talking today, man.
Yeah,
A little bit of everything.
I think you would have been more into some of the things really we started off with because it was like real shit that was kind of funny at the same time. Like girls don't think men should sleep on their stomachs type shit. Like it was just wild.
That's wild. I just talked to my girl about that last night.
For real?
Yeah.
She told you not to?
Nah, cause I had shoulder pains, so I always sleep on my stomach.
Yeah.
And I had shoulder pains like for a while, like I couldn't even lift. So now I sleep facing up. And she was like, "Damn, you always sleep up like that." And I'm always like, "Duh," because I got shoulder pains. You know what I mean? Like I'm already used to sleeping face up because of that.
Yeah.
If not, I'll be the other way. She
Yeah.
was like, "No, you won't. You like sleeping face up." I was like, "Nah." For 14 years, I've been sleeping face down. You know, stomach. So it's funny that you mentioned that because we just talked about that last night.
So when you hear that guys shouldn't sleep on their stomach, how does that make you feel as someone who is a stomach sleeper?
What the hell's wrong with that? I don't see.
So based on Ricky's list, I'm assuming they don't think men should sleep that way because you're up.
Yo, son.
I'm just saying
Yo, yeah, wildin'.
that's what it's
Nah.
that's not my list.
Don't let me in. I didn't say it.
So
Yo,
I'm
Just want
just
to know how that made you feel.
why y'all even thinking about ass up is
yo,
wild to me.
no, that's the list. Yo, you know what's funny you said that because we said that's what Ricky said too, was like the moment you want to know how your man sleeps is a little that's a whole nother conversation. Like
That's a fact.
I'm not gonna be like, yo, you're not gonna go in the chat and be like, yo, Omar, how do you sleep? You know what I mean? Like that's just weird. Weird.
Yo, that's great.
You better wild out before he sends a picture. You better cut it out.
So what was Riggy's response? Curious now.
What was
He
Ricky?
he didn't share because he felt like that was private information.
I'm not gonna disclose that. I'm not gonna disclose that. Then Ricky said something wild at the beginning where he was like, when one of the girls was like, they went into their man's phone and was like, they were talking about the size of their penis, and he's like, yo, why the fuck would they be having that conversation in a group chat amongst each other? And that's why we was like, yeah, that's a whole. You shouldn't even be worried about the group chat at that point.
Yeah, at
Nah,
that point, that's another level right there.
Yeah, but
just figure
yeah,
something else out.
we'll set up another time. We always appreciate you as a guest. The viewers do too, because the last show you was on was one of the top rated shows.
I think it's
Really?
the top viewed show from this season.
Wow.
Yeah,
Damn. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I got to show up. I got.
yeah.
For
All right, say less, bro. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I
Thank you for
appreciate it.
coming on. That's what we do.
All right, fellas. You guys have a good night.
Yeah, have a good night, man.
Yes, sir.
Y'all.
All right. Think critically, speak infamously. We
Yeah.
out.